Hey guys, Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you back to our series Scratch Learn with Fun. Today we are going to talk about a new topic that is timer function. So we know that time is something that never stops. It moves on and on. But what if we want to control a time at our own function? So if you think about a device that can help you to control the time, what comes to your mind? Yes, that is the stopwatch. A stopwatch is a device that allows you to have different functionalities. Like we can use stopwatch to have our own instant start and stop. So we can make use of the time between two different instants. If I want to record certain activity, like somebody is having a race and I want to know how much time it takes, so I'm going to use the stopwatch. Okay. I'm going to use a stopwatch to control the time it takes to done its race. Another important feature of this stopwatch is reset. Yes. Using the reset, what we can do, we can bring back the timer back to zero. What would be the importance of this timer if we apply it to our Scratch programming? Since we have learned a lot of things in Scratch, let's have a look at a code. If we have some broadcast, like we are receiving some information from another character and it's passed on an event to us, like certain event has occurred, what I'm going to do now, I want to make sure that my timer supposed to get reset. What does it mean? When I'm going to reset my timer, it's going to set it to 00 and then it will start again. Here, if you look at the conditional box, so what it says is t is less than 30 seconds. This instruction means the t is here is the time that is appearing on my stopwatch. And if we want to have a look, I this timer would be checked. If it's less than 30, what it would do, it will change the color. I think you got it. If my timer is greater than 30 because I have reset it to 0, now it's going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And if it my condition would be true because the value of t would be 4 and it is less than 30. So it's going to change the color of the object. Correct? Now, if what would happen when the timer value would increase more than 30? It's going to follow the regular flow of the program. That's the reason we introduced the concept of loop, because we want to achieve the functionality of blinking of the color. We want to make sure that this color should change again and again, so we will get a concept of blinking. So I'm going to make a loop that will check this condition again and again and perform this operation repeatedly. This is what we are going to do on our Scratch. So let's head on to the Scratch and see how all this works. I'm going to switch to my Scratch window, and there we are going to look at the three different characters. Okay, and let's see how these three character works. So let's assume I have three characters on my screen. Number one is the parrot, number two is this grasshopper, and number three is this dinosaur. What we want to achieve, we are going to control this parrot. I have put up certain code that we have learned in our previous classes. So what is it doing if I play right now? The parrot is, I give them two keys, like right arrow key and the left arrow key, and I'm controlling its motion using keyboard keys. Okay. And there I have a small code that is written to change its costume. So it will give me an effect of flying. Let me play it and then you will see it. See, I can make it move left and right. Okay. And it's changing its costume. So it's giving me an effect like it's flying. On the other end, if you look at the dinosaur, I'm not controlling the dinosaur, but it's having a random glide on the screen. So let's have a look at the dinosaur code. There's the dinosaur. It's gliding, right? Let's say we have an objective that we want to save ourselves from this dinosaur, but I want to introduce the concept of timer here. What we want to do, if our parrot is going to eat this grasshopper, if it eats the grasshopper, we want to get a functionality that this parrot would not get any impact from this dinosaur. Okay, so if we want to make a logic like a Pac-Man does, when we eat a ball, it makes all the ghosts blinking. So this is what we want to achieve over here. So let's try this out. What we want to do, I want this parrot that the moment I'm going to sense if I'm going to touch, if I'm going to touch to whom? To the grasshopper. Okay. So what I want to do, if I touch the grasshopper, I would make a broadcast. Okay. So I'm going to connect this thing before going to put into the loop. I want to make an event. I want to make a broadcast. Let's say I call it I get power. Okay. I get special power. Get special power. So I put it there and then I'm going to put this within a loop because I want to check this condition again and again. And once I broadcast, what I'm going to do using a broadcast, you already know. If we broadcast a message, this can be received by other characters and we can have some functionality over them. So I want on the grasshopper side, I want when I receive this, I get special power broadcast, it should hide itself. Okay. Because I have eaten it. So it should be hidden. Now the next thing is for the dinosaur. So dinosaur would also going to receive this broadcast message. When I receive special power, I want to make some changes into the dinosaur. And the change would be the dinosaur supposed to change its color, right? This is what you want to have. So I will go into looks and then there is an option for change color effect. Okay, I want to have this effect being done and this should be happen, let's say forever. I want to have this effect changing color forever. So this is something we can do without using the timer circuitry. Okay, we have not introduced any timer as yet, so let's see it now. So the moment I'm going to eat this grasshopper, what's supposed to be done, it should change the color, but it's not changing the color. It's changing the color, but it's doing it so fast that we cannot recognize it. Let's put some wait time. Okay, and let me make it 50. Let's see it now. Let me play it again. Let me stop. Okay, now let's see what would happen now. Change color, but it's not changing the color. Oh, it's changing the color, but this dinosaur doesn't have too much variation in its color. Yes, it's not changing too much in its color. So what we should do, I think this dinosaur is not a good character to be used. Let me bring something else. Let me bring a balloon, okay? Because it has good colors. It has good variation in the color. Let me use this balloon as our character. And you know the whole code can be moved to balloon. So simply going to make all this code available for the balloon. I'm gonna delete this one and let's see it now. Okay, so this is happening now. Let me do it again. I want my parrot to start from a specific spot because otherwise it's always going on to -10, and let's say I will call it -150. Do it now. Okay, watch it now. So the balloon is blue and it has a random glides, but the moment I will go and touch the grasshopper, what is going to happen? The balloon should change its color. This is what we were trying to achieve. But right now it's happening again and again and it will never end. This is what we don't want to have. Actually, we want to have this effect only for limited period of time. That is the reason we have to introduce the concept of timer. So let's get over there. For balloon, I want to wait. I want to change this thing and Sorry. What I want to do for the balloon, I want this to do it fast, but I want to do it for a specific interval of time. So let me bring in the most weighted stuff, a timer. So if we go into the sense, there you will find timer. So there is a timer, and what we can do, we can reset this timer. So initially, I want to have this timer placed on my circuitry. So if I play again, it will display the timer. Okay, if you look at there, this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is what it's coming up in seconds. What we need to do, we want this once the game starts, the timer would do something like it's working on and on and on and on like a watch, but we want to make it stopwatch. So we want this timer to go to 0 the moment we get this grasshopper. So I'm going to, and we have already created a broadcast. When I'm going to touch this grasshopper, there would be a broadcast. I get special power. So I am going to reset my timer. Okay. I want to reset my timer when I receive this broadcast. So now watch this. What would happen? The moment I start, my timer is starting and it's giving me 3, 4, 5 seconds. The moment I'm going to touch this grasshopper, you will see the timer has restarted again. Okay, watch it again. The timer is giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will go on and on. But the moment I will eat this grasshopper, it starts again from 0. Okay, and the color of the balloon has started changing again and again and again and again. I want this effect to continue for only 10 seconds. So what I'm going to do, I need a comparison, right? So I'm going to go into the operators and I will say less than condition. I am going to put that once my timer is greater than 10 seconds, how we will read it? Timer is greater than 10 seconds. And where we are going to use it, you know it, it's the condition, right? As we discussed in our presentation, this is a condition. So I am going to use an if condition, and I will say if my timer is greater than 10, so what you should do, you should do these two things. Okay, this is the only time you have to perform this thing, and I want to put this within my forever loop. So now the color of the balloon would change until the time reaches to 10 seconds. Watch this. So the moment I am going to touch my grasshopper, what is going to happen next? The balloon should start changing its color. But for how long? Only for 10 seconds. Watch this now. Oops, not doing what we asked it to do. So where is the mistake? What we did now? We have reset the timer and we said if the timer if the timer is greater than 10, okay, sorry, I put it in the wrong way. It should be, yes, sorry, my mistake. So logically there was an error. So let's try this up now. I have touched, it has started changing. It will change it for 10 seconds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it stops now. So now the effect has gone, right? So we have to make this logic in a Pac-Man game. The ghost, suppose when we are going to get some power, the ghost supposed to change its color. And once you achieve this thing, what we need to do at that time, the ghost should not eat you. Okay, in normal circumstances the ghost supposed to eat you. That logic you have already built up, but we have to make a logic when the ghost is blinking, changing the color, it should not eat me. Even I should eat it. So that's the next thing we want to add in a next topic where we're going to use the use of nested if condition. Hopefully, in the next class, we are going to do it. But this was your assignment. You have to apply this logic in your game and improvise a new version of your game. Thank you very much for your time. And let me replay it one more time so you will get the understanding. So I'm going to start it again. Look at the timer, it gives me 3. I'm going to eat my grasshopper. The timer has started again because it has reset it. And now it's will change the color until the timer reaches to 10 seconds. The moment it goes to 10, it becomes regular again. Thank you very much for your time. And I'm waiting for you guys to come up with your assignments. Thank you very much.